Good afternoon. It is January 16th, 2026, and today, just a range day. Looks like it closed near the middle of the bar. Yeah, so that's how it looks on the daily chart. We're finding support at the EMA and at the top of this range. Um, I guess yeah, yeah, this range makes sense. So finding support there. I was wondering if maybe this was a channel, but doesn't really appear so now that we have uh, three closes outside of it. Um, but let's let's take a look at this resistance, finding resistance there, and you can see we gap over right there. So let's take a look at the 2700 tick chart. Not a whole lot. I don't think. I think you can swing in here, but not really a whole lot for scalps. I don't see how you would know the bottom, the low. But anyway, let's take a look. So in the overnight, um, really what we're working with is this broad bull channel. And let's see. Well, I guess I can just calculate it myself. 7004. So you're in a 17-point range so far when the market opened. High and low. And this looks like it's about the average bar in the past several days, which is about 67 points. We'll call it 60 points. So you know coming in that, or not but you can be confident that we're going to have a breakout in one of the directions. So when we get a breakout of the bull channel, do you think it's going to test this high, or do you think we're going to get another leg down? And it looks to me like we're going to get another leg down. However, you could have looked at this first leg and then this as a second leg and not anticipated this big move down. But, you know, you could also just enter here when we fail to hold above the EMA, and you could hold that for a swing. And that's what people do. Look at that. 647. 6:47 a.m. If you do enter that 69.94, that's a pretty good move. And we do find support here, and uh, we go back and forth. So it is a range at this point, but we do break out pretty quickly. So I was thinking you could argue for this one. The only thing I don't like is that we are technically in a range. We made lower highs though, but you have an inside bar right here. So that might scare you out a little bit, but it's an outside bar. It's a very strong bear bar. We are going into the lows, but again, I mean, the average day so past few days is about 60 points, and at this point in the day, 70.05, you're only at 30 points, so you're still at about half the size of the daily range, the daily average bar size. So I think it's reasonable to go short here and hold first swing, and it turns out to be a good swing. You can see a bull trap right here. Uh, we hit the measure move of this range, and people take profits. It's and so whoever went long above that, they just got trapped, and boom, it hits the whatever this low is, and just reverses. And so if you like all that, I think you can argue for going long with above this bar or above this bar. I'm not even sure it would have triggered. Guys, yeah, yeah. So if you went long above this bar, it wouldn't have even triggered. Here, it would have triggered. I think that's reasonable. You're in the lower third of the range. Um, and then you're in a bull channel and you get a nice bull channel. And people, it looks like the computers just took profits. You're now in the uh, close to the upper third of the range, and we haven't had a push to the top of the bull channel in a few swings. So very, very reasonable place to take profits. Boom, you get a break. And we go sideways a lot, or for a long time, I should say. Um, really the rest of the day. So I don't really see anything in here that I'm crazy about. If you, I mean, this, you could fade the range. Al Brooks talks about these a lot. You got a second leg trap. I'll write that down. This is like a textbook example. So you have a modest first leg, and it's usually in a range, but it happens in broad channels too. You have this modest first leg, and then you get a second leg that looks even stronger. And it's just a vacuum test of support. So, this, if you draw it like this,
Connection lost.
that's like a perfect test of resistance. I just had it drawn here because that's where this body closed, and you can see we tested that level right there. So a second leg trap is when the second leg looks much stronger than the first leg, and it's usually in a range, and it's just a trap, and you can see that right here. Boom. So then we get a vacuum test of support, and we just chop around for the rest of the day. So that's how I saw it today. Um, let's take a look at the weekly chart because it is the end of the week, and I drew this red range, I think last week, and you can see we tried to break out of it, um, but it looks like we didn't get strong follow through. So it does look like we're still in a bull channel. How's that look on the daily chart? Yeah, just kind of like a weak bull channel, I guess. I mean, to me, it looks like a triangle now because this does look like, yeah. So we might be it. This is kind of this isn't making me nervous, but looking at this, it looks like we are in breakout mode, and things could go crazy. So just be smart, be safe. Hope everyone has a good weekend.